What is going on, you guys? Today I wanted to do a little bit different video, get out of the office and show you guys one of the most recent purchases that we've made, and that is the building that's obviously right behind me, which is a set of storage units. Typically we kind of try to stick to house flips, rental properties, residential rental properties, but we decided that we kind of want to diversify a little bit and kind of break into the storage unit space. So as you can see behind me, we just bought these storage units, and it's kind of an interesting way that we picked up this property, but I'm going to go through all of that in this video, show you around, show you the property, tell you how much we bought it for and what our plans, our future plans are for this awesome piece of property. Most of you guys probably already know what to do, but if you're new here, I want to introduce myself. My name is Bryce. I talk about everything personal finance and real estate here on YouTube. So if videos like this are helpful, if you find them valuable, please go down and subscribe for me, and also give me that thumbs up because it really does help us out with the YouTube algorithm. Okay, I apologize for the audio. It's a little bit windy out here today, so if you can't hear me very well, please just bear with me. Anyway, so the property that you see behind me, we bought for $110,000. Now, the reason that we paid so much for it, and some of you may not think that's a lot where you live, if you live in California or something, but where we bought this piece of property, that's actually pretty expensive. And the reason for that is because off to my right is also about a 900 square foot house that comes with the property. We weren't really interested in the house. I mean, it doesn't really make a good rental, but we had to buy the property as one whole. We wanted just the storage units, but the seller was like, look, you either buy everything or nothing at all. So our plan right now, as of right now, is we purchased this property for $110,000 cash. We're gonna divide the land in half, keep the storage units behind me, and then sell off the house over here to my right. So what that means is we'll be able to sell that house, get our cash back, and that means that we purchase these storage units for right around $40,000. Now, what's even cooler is right here off to my right is just vacant land. There's land off to my right, there's land behind here, behind all the storage units, and there's plenty of room to build additional storage units for more space and obviously more income. Now, this whole process hasn't been just perfect. It hasn't gone over 100% smoothly. It actually made us a little bit nervous to purchase this property. And the reason being is we bought this in a little teeny tiny town in a place called Pingree, Idaho, which has a population of like 3,000 people. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a very, very small farming community. And the thing that made us nervous is because this is all farm community, lots of people already have warehouses. They already have big tractors and things like that that they need to store. And so chances are if they need to store something, they'll just put it along with all their farm equipment and they wouldn't need to rent storage units from us. So what we did was we went over all of the different financials, we went over the statements of the sellers, and they could show us that over the last year, they've had solid rental history and there have been almost no vacancies. As we stand right now, we've brought over all of the different tenants and we've only got one unit vacant right now. So that's really good. We're really happy with the prospect. We think this will be an awesome property, and if it pans out like we're hoping, then our plan is to build additional storage units for not that much, throw them on the vacant land, and have even more income. As you can see behind me, far back in the distance is a gas station, which is really, really good because even though this is a small town, it's kind of on a main highway that leads to a lot of other places. And so I think that'll be good that we have a lot of through traffic, a lot of people will see our units. But the other thing is, look how much space there is behind me. I mean, this whole thing, this entire plot of land has plenty of room to build on. So we're hoping that we can get an additional 10 to 20 storage units put on here over the next year or two, and we're just gonna let the existing units pay for that. So we'll kind of feel it out, see how things go, but we've got some pretty big plans for this property and we're really excited for it. Another thing that makes this property super exciting is simply the fact that it's been so mismanaged before. So previously there was a teeny tiny little sign that was put on the front of the storage units, and it was like a sign that this guy had welded all by himself, and he put the numbers on this piece of metal that he screwed to the side of the building, and nobody could really see it. It was hard to read. And so, you know what, we've decided that we're gonna kind of blow this thing up. We're gonna add a nice big sign on the front. We're gonna advertise it, put it on Google businesses, and really make sure that the community knows that these units are for rent, and hopefully that'll bring in additional business. The other thing though is because it's been mismanaged, the rents on the units are actually really low. Right now they're renting for about $60 a unit, but slowly we're gonna bump those up. And most units in our area for these size of units, they're 12 by 20 storage units, so they're pretty good size. Most of the units in our area are going for about $120 a month. So there's a ton of room for growth potential to bump up those rents, and we're really, really excited to see what we can do with this property. Okay, off in the distance over here, hopefully you can see that okay, that is the house that's also on this land. Again, it's a teeny tiny house. It's been rented for the last 4 years, and it was renting for $450 a month. So super cheap. We actually just kicked out the other tenants, not kicked out, we told them that we were gonna be selling the property, and so they've actually moved out. The problem is they really trashed the place when they moved out. They didn't clean it up. It needs quite a bit of work, and we're kind of struggling to figure out that balance between how much money do we put into it to fix it up so that it will sell quickly versus just maybe selling it as is and putting no money into it. We're not really sure what we want to do there, but again, it's a super teeny tiny house. I think we're only going to get $70,000 out of it or so, so it doesn't really make an amazing rental. Again, we're in the middle of nowhere. I don't know exactly who would want to rent that property from us, but the plan, let's sell that house, keep just the storage units, build additional storage units, and then we have this awesome property that cash flows like crazy, also doesn't have any evictions, doesn't have any leaky toilets, doesn't have any real maintenance issues that we have to do because these are just steel buildings that for the most part take care of themselves. So we're really excited to break into this type of property, rent it out, make some additional cash flow, and continue purchasing more and more real estate, which I love to do. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching. That's it for this video. I know it's kind of a quick one, but we'll keep you posted on how this journey goes, any lessons that we learned, things that we find we like or dislike, or really just what it's like to own a set of storage units. So until next week, thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you then.